sell alcohol online with the appropriate permissions. And the appropriate permissions that someone needs to sell alcohol online is to have a premises license, a personal license. But if selling to somebody who is not the end user of the license, then that person selling the alcohol will also need approval under the Alcohol Wholesalers Registration Scheme. An individual can hold a premises license, or it can be a company that holds a premises license. If it's an individual who holds a premises license, then they must be at least 18 or over to hold one, and they must also be entitled to work in the United Kingdom. To hold a personal license, an individual needs to pass a number of qualifying criteria. They must be at least 18. They must not have had a personal license forfeited within the last 5 years. They must hold an appropriate qualification, and also they must be entitled to work within the United Kingdom as well. Finally, there is a discretionary ground that a police force can object to somebody holding a personal license if that individual has been convicted of a relevant offence. Pub operators and breweries who have premises licences will need to check that their premises licence does permit the sale of alcohol for consumption off the premises, because if it is only for on the premises, then clearly they will not be able to sell alcohol online to be consumed away from or off the premises. The pub operators and brewers should also check that there's no particular conditions on their existing premises licence which would in some way stop them doing home deliveries of alcohol. Finally, again, pub operators and breweries would need to check, particularly breweries, where they are selling alcohol to someone who is not the end user. So if a brewery is selling alcohol online to a pub or a restaurant who themselves are then going to sell alcohol onwards to the end user, the customer, then again, that brewery or pub operator would need to have approval under the Alcohol Wholesalers Registration Scheme. There's no restriction on the alcoholic products that can be sold online if a premises licence is obtained, unless the premises licence itself states that certain categories of alcohol cannot be home delivered under the authority of that licence. It's very unusual and it's very unlikely that there will be any such restriction. The only other thing to bear in mind is that there are some restaurants, food-led premises, which deliver alcohol where there is a requirement on the licence that alcohol is only actually delivered with a food order. Sellers should communicate in the terms and conditions that they are expecting the person who is placing the order, whether it be online or if it's made over the phone, to be over 18, and that when the alcohol is going to be delivered, it will only be delivered to somebody who appears to be over the age of 21 or 25, depending on which challenge age they've adopted, and that individual to whom the alcohol is delivered, if they appear to be under 21 or 25, have got photographic identification to prove that they are over the age of 18. And they should clearly communicate that if no such identification is provided when it's delivered, that the alcohol will not be delivered to them.